This is the road. Lady and I are in the car riding out to the property. So we go from the city to semi-country to semi-country. Semi-country. And the reason why we say semi-country is because there's no dirt roads. As you can see, the road is paved. You know, we're not off in no man's land. Even though it's quite a ways out here, but the area that we stay in, that we're gonna be staying in, is a lot of people come out that way. So I just wanted to record some of the roads to get out to the property. There we go. Testing. Can you see if I'm recording behind there? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hey y'all, what's going on? This your boy. What?
Oh,
what?
Sorry. Doing.
Y'all lady
So
behind the camera come to some. Wait. Listen, y'all. Me and Lady T came out here. Back out here to the property, to because it rained and we wanted to see how the water, how it flows and how it affects the property. And this is one of the important things that you need to do if you go and buy some property for a homestead, or if you just want to get out and live in the country. Not only should you know the layout of your property, walk your whole property, but when it rains, get out there on your property and look at how the water affects your property. So I want to do this. Lady, come here. Just come here. When we got this property, there she go. When we got this property, we had a vision of what we wanted to do, and we got the location that we're gonna build the house, and of course we're gonna have animals and everything. But what's more important when you go and find your property, make sure that it's a place where you will be comfortable. Make sure it's a place that you can be relaxed, and it's everything that maybe you envision on I guess a homestead. You know, the things that we plan on doing out here, we have enough space to do it. I've learned more by watching a lot of homesteading videos, thanks to all y'all out there, about, you know, you don't need that much space to do farming or stuff like that. Although one of the reasons why we got this space and we're looking at other property and other land to buy is because we're thinking of generational wealth. We're thinking of our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We're thinking that far down the line. Y'all know I call my family the Turner clan. Y'all know that. This is Turner Clan Ranch. Y'all know that. But more importantly, when the Lord calls us home, what are we going to leave for our grandchildren? Now, you know, I skipped over my kids because we got grandchildren, okay? So, but what are we going to have for our grandchildren? And how are they going to, what are they going to be able to grow up on and say, hey, my grandmother or my great-great-grandmother, when they bought this land and they did this, and, you know, they might want to change it up. Yeah. 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 years from now. But listen, write your vision and then work your vision. It's taken us a long time because we made mistakes up and down throughout the years. It's taken us a long time to get to this point. And we still got a long way to go. Y'all see there's still overgrown grass out here. We haven't built anything yet. But in her mind and in my mind, we know what we want out here, you know. So back to it. Walk your land, find your land, walk your land. There's people that do homesteading. They're out in Arizona desert. They're all over the place. There's people out here in Texas. A lot of people are in real far off rural areas, and a lot of people don't live in a HOA or a POA, and we do. This one I meant to tell them. This is a POA, Property Owners Association. Yeah, I get it. But when I read through all the restrictions, you can call that, or guidelines, there was nothing. Yeah, there was nothing in there that will hinder us from doing what we want out here. We can build a house, we can build a barn, we can have horses, we can have cows, we can have chickens, we can have they warned us, don't let your chickens free range out here because they got birds out here to come get your chicken. Right? We have wildlife out here. So even if you find a spot that has a POA or HOA, read it. It may be okay to you. It may. We don't have that many restrictions out here. One of the ones that I know about off the top of my head is that when you put lights up, they say make sure you don't shine your light into somebody else's property. I'm okay with that, you know. We wouldn't do that anyway. It's stuff. Make sure your trash. We don't want. This is a beautiful area. Make sure you don't come out here and you trash it up. Now, can I say it on camera? No. Well, they say don't have trash all out in the property. There is a common area.
Who does that?
Exactly. Who does that? Right. There's a common area. I guess where you will put your culvert, and it goes all around here and goes all the way up the street. And I was telling Lady T, we will have to find out where we gonna put our driveway because this has a dip, and I guess we can raise it up, but then put a culvert under it. I know they'll let you do that. But out here, I think in the last video, there's our acreage right here. Then there's 2 acreages over here and here. They got for sale signs up, and we're thinking about grabbing those. And what that would make it, that would give us pretty much this whole back cul-de-sac, this whole area, like where the car is parked at right now. This would be ours, you know. But I'm getting off track. Did I get off track? I'm probably off track. But anyway, oh, the POA. This is a POA. This is our property is behind a gate. So people are like, nah, gated property. I mean, this is just awesome, y'all. Y'all know how you got communities, gated communities, and communities that got clubhouses and pool houses and everything. And their houses, they might got an acre, they might got a half an acre. But this area is gated, and all the properties out here are minimum of 5 acres. Minimum. There's not a lot of people that live out here, and I think we thank God that we found this area. So to get here, you got to go through a gate, and then we're gonna put up a big gate. Oh, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put up a big gate here anyway. We forgot about that. So it's not gonna just be a driveway. It's gonna be a big gate. So you got to come through a gate to get through a gate. Yes. To get to the TCR. But anyway, I'm gonna get off track. I like doing videos because it's let your hair down. I don't got no hair. But your POA, if you want to find property that has a POA, HOA, just make sure whatever you want to do on your property, you're able to do. It took us 100 properties. This was the 101 or 100? 101, because we was trying to get that other one over there. This was the 101st property that we looked at before we found it. So don't just say, oh, I like that, and just go there. Just take your time and look around. Be private. I show y'all this acreage, y'all ain't gonna find her. Anyway. So anything you wanna say, Lady T, about what you plan on doing out here? Your garden or?
The garden, of course.
Okay.
I want a she shed.
You want a?
She shed.
Okay. And that's it? Tell them about the garden.
I want a little house for both my little babies.
Well, those she gonna get a little doggy, whatever. Them dogs that cost more than the property. Cost more than the house. But one thing we plan on doing, we got a creek that runs the back of the property. Actually, it's not the back of the property, but I say from the creek to the final back of the property is probably another 50 50 yards, 50 feet and everything or whatever, you can go through the creek, go on the other side, and there's still more property. We can actually put a shed back there, and it goes the whole back, and it's good. We call it Roberts Creek. Y'all seen other videos called Roberts Creek, named after my father-in-law. And then we have Evelyn's Garden, that's named after my mother-in-law. Then we'll have OD's Pond, it's named after my father, and we'll have Peacock Orchard, right?
Yes. Evelyn's Garden.
Yeah, yeah, and Peacock Orchard is named after Connie's Orchard.
Connie's Orchard.
It's her first name?
Yes, we didn't say Peacock.
Okay, it's Connie's Orchard, named after my mother. Okay, so this is our property, y'all. I'm gonna get behind here. This is probably the first time I really just took my time.
I'm moving away from bugs.
And Lady T is moving away from bugs. And there pretty much number flies out here, you know, Lady T.
That was a fly didn't. No.
So I'm just showing y'all. I know I looked at my other videos, and I know I like zoomed through the videos and like I didn't see that. and just to let y'all know, when we're out here, although it's quiet out here. Although you can see, let me zoom in. Where is it at? I'm missing it. Oh, right there. See those telephone poles over there? And that fence. There's actually a road there on that. You have to go across the road to get to that fence. So there's a main road right there. So we're not too far. We're not far away from civilization. Lady T wouldn't let me get this place if she is too far away from civilization. We city people wanting to move to the country, but have a connection with the city. Gotta be connected to the city. People want to know it'll take us 30 minutes. Oh, that's what I want to say. Let me go back in front of the camera and say this. You just watch me right there. Make sure I'm in the camera. Am I in the camera? This is what I want to.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to say too. When you find your property, another thing to look for. And I know a lot of young people. We're in our late 50s, so we're kind of older. But one thing we look for also is how far is it from your property to the nearest emergency center, hospital? How far is from your property to the fire department? What type of law enforcement is it around your property? You have to know that. So if something happens, and I know, and I'm not saying anything negative about anybody else out there that chose property that's way out in the middle of nowhere. Myself, I want to be close to a hospital. You know, if my grandkids come out here and something happens, or anybody come out here and something happens, I don't have to drive an hour and a half to get to a hospital.
No.
So the hospital from this location to the nearest big hospital is pretty much the same distance as it is from our house to the big hospital that we normally go to in the city. Now, there's medical centers around here, but that's one thing I wanted to make sure to tell you. Make sure there's emergency services around your area wherever you go. That's one thing I would suggest to people. The nearest town from here is 35 minutes down the road. Really, the nearest town is 35 minutes down the road. The nearest big plaza area is 45 minutes down the road. 45 minutes down the road, we're on the major highway that'll take you straight through the city of Fort Worth into Grand Prairie, Dallas, and all that stuff. So we're not too far away from the Metroplex. Although out here, and this is the beautiful thing about being out here. The real estate guy, the first real estate guy, told us that they have a store. It's like a country store, county store, country store, something like that. He says, if it's not in there, you didn't need it. Isn't that what he said? Mm-hmm. He said, if it's not in there, you didn't need it. So we took a trip down there, and it's not as big as your local Walmart, which is 35, 40 minutes down the road. But we went in there and they had everything. We were thinking about, okay, if we came here to shop for dinner, we went up and down each aisle and said, we have everything in here that we would want to cook. And can I tell them? The meat is locally grown.
Mhm.
So it's not the same meat that will be at the big box store at Walmart. There's ranchers and farmers up and down here, and they package their food and they sell it in this local store. And that's only about 5 minutes down the road. Maybe 10 minutes down.
Yeah.
About 10. So right by the lake. Yeah. Oh, did I tell you there's a lake out here? While we move? Okay, I ain't tell y'all that. Y'all don't need to know that. But anyway, so this is the property. I encourage you, my brother and my sister, from my heart, Lady T's heart, to your house. Keep your trust and faith in God. Put your ideas and your plans in His hands.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. All have sinned and fell short of the glory of God. There's going to be times when you think that God has ignored you. He hasn't. There's going to be intellectuals that tell you God is not real. He is. Let God guide you. You may not want something like this. You may want to be in the city, but on an acre and a half in the city. There are lots like that. Y'all got some big pockets, you know. But anyway, this is part of our vision, our dream, and we're almost there. And when we move out here, a lot of y'all ain't gonna see me in the city because this is a lot. No, I'm playing. When we move out here, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be spiritual, and it's gonna be exactly what God wanted to be. Amen. I love y'all. Turn the Clan Ranch. Plus some more. All right. Peace.
I can't swim.
So this is, I just added this on to the end because we came out here by the pool. This is the other reason why this was a perfect selection for us. So we have this view. Beautiful. It's starting to rain. It's a spot for the kids. And there's a fire pit on below, but I'm gonna cut this short because it's about to rain. Beautiful, y'all. This camera, this video, as good as my camera is, y'all, this camera cannot capture the beauty it is out here.